Hello, and welcome to the last installment of conditional statements for the week. So in the previous video lessons, we learned what the if statement is. It allows you to run a block of code if a certain condition is true. We learned about if else, when you want to run different code depending on whether the condition is true or false. We did elif for when we have multiple conditions, nested if for when we have an if within an if. We covered and for when we want to evaluate if both conditions are true, then the block of code underneath will run. And now we're going to cover or. And this is slightly but fundamentally different than and. So let's say age equals 16, has permission equals true. If age greater than or equal to 18, or, so keyword is now or. Okay, I want you to pay attention to this. This is going to be different than and, has permission. And then for clarity's sake, I'm going to write that it's true. I don't have to put equals equals true. I could just put has permission. And then the default is, well, if it's true, we're going to print you can participate. Else print you cannot participate. Okay, so what's going on here? So as we mentioned before, and meant that both this condition here and the condition after the and needed to be true. With or, only one of these conditions needs to be true. So age greater than or equal to 18 or has permission is true. Then whatever code is underneath it will run. So both of these can be true or one of them can be true, and then the coding block underneath will run. So whereas and, both conditions needed to be true for the code to run. In this case, only one needs to be true. At least one condition needs to be true with this or statement. So you can have a whole bunch of these, and if one of those was true, then the coding block underneath will run. So when you want a code block to run, if at least one condition is true, you're going to use or. So in conclusion, use if for single conditions, elif when you're checking multiple conditions, a nested if for more complex conditions, and Boolean and or to combine conditions together. So feel free to reach out if you have any questions about this. I'd be happy to help you, especially because conditional statements are so much fun. They give your program the ability to make decisions. And you could do so much more. And as the weeks continue, we're going to learn how to do even more things, and our programs will become even more fun. So that's all for now. Good luck on the quizzes, although you probably don't need it. Thank you so much for listening. Have a wonderful day.